Hello. So in this video, we are gonna talk about how to create an agentic AI sample application using Grok LLM, LangChain, uh, NetApp Instaclustr, and TeraForm for auto provisioning, and CodeSpace for hosting everything, and using the Cloud Code for doing the vibe coding. So let's get started. What you see on my screen is the application that's already built. It's a sample application. The job of this application is it's a POC for infrastructure monitoring. So it's showing that there are 6 servers, and we are constantly seeing their status, whether they are okay or not, CPU, memory, disk, and network. And what it is supposed to do is it is supposed to tell us if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, it is supposed to automatically fix that and log those things that, okay, there was a problem and I have fixed that. That's the goal of creating this autonomous agentic AI application. Now, how is it being done? Let's talk about the high-level components in this. So there is on the left-hand side, if you can see, there is a TeraForm module that creates the NetApp infrastructure on its own automatically. And once that's being done, then there is a producer component, which is generating some messages like, which is the current state of each server. Those six servers that we see, it is the current state of those 6 servers. What is their CPU, memory, and so on. So it's randomly generating that as of now. But if that producer module is replaced in the real world by a real module, that can be replaced without any problem. So this is a sample. So we are randomly generating all those numbers. And 25 or 20% of the time, we generate number that's beyond the normal threshold. Then that's the producer. Now let's talk about the consumer module. So the consumer module consumes that, and this producer module, after generating those stats, it pushes that to the Kafka stream. And the consumer module consumes that and then figures, it uses the AI, the Grok AI, Grok LLM, for figuring out what to do with this action. And then it will take that action. And there is an action module which currently is taking, again, sample actions like restart the server, do this, do that. That also can be in real world, it can be replaced by the real component. Okay, and then whenever it takes those action, it records that to the permanent DB, Cassandra, that these actions have been taken. And there is a web interface created that you see, dashboard container, that's done using Python. So this is the overall high-level architecture of this. And this lives on, so the earlier I had done a similar POC, but that did not have the auto provisioning. In this case, I did have the auto provisioning, and once it started working, I had to give my the user ID and the API key to the TeraForm so that it could automatically provision those instances. So let me show you that. So if I go to TeraForm here, here we will find those information in the variable. So yeah, those are my API keys. And of course, I should not be showing the API keys, but this account will not exist any longer. I'll be shutting that down after this demo because it has my credit card info. So the moment I ran this, it was able to automatically provision the instances, Cassandra and Kafka. However, those were provisioned but not getting activated. Reason being, my profile did not have the credit card info. So it appears that I have to key in my credit card info to have it working. So I did that, and that's the reason I'll be deleting that profile, test profile on the NetApp Instaclustr. So how did I build this? So earlier when I built the POC, it was vibe coded using Gemini, and I will type on the Gemini chat that this is what I want to build. Suggest me the architecture. Suggest me which technology should I go, and then it would suggest me those. And all my setup was local, so I had to install Python locally and all other dependencies locally, and then run that locally, and then whitelist my local whitelist my public IP address on NetApp infrastructure. Now this time I took different approach. So this time I used Claude Code, which I had heard a lot about, and I can't tell you how fascinated I am by seeing how easy it was this time compared to the vibe coding with Gemini. And I did not do the local setup. The setup was all in the cloud. So when I was creating this GitHub repo for myself, there was an option to do the code space deployment. So it would automatically, I don't have to install Python and relevant dependency locally. Everything runs in cloud instance. And then I just had to give one prompt after installing. I had to just give one prompt, and it was able to do everything on its own. Yes, it asked me like many questions, but whatever requirement that I had given to it, that hey, I want to build something like this, and I'm just seeing if I can go up and show that prompt. So basically, I said, this is the kind of application I want to build. This is the kind of technologies that I want to use. I want to use NetApp Instaclustr for the stream and for the permanent storage. And I want to use TeraForm for the auto provisioning. I want to use the Grok's LLM and LangChain. And this is my purpose. So then it gave me different architectures, and it gave me a choice, which technology do you want to use? And I said, let's go with Python. It asked me Node.js or Python, and I said, let's go with Python. And boom, everything was done by the AI itself. And it's really amazing how Claude Code can auto generate the code and understand what you want. And when I was doing earlier, I had to do a lot of troubleshooting. Something is not working, then I take that log and give it to the Gemini and tell that, hey, this is a problem I'm facing. This is a problem I'm facing. I had to do that a lot, and it took maybe 2-3 days, I guess, to build that app. And this time with this, it just took like 3-4 hours or maybe lesser. Yeah, I would say 3 to 4 hours overall to build end-to-end everything, which is deployed in the cloud development environment, cloud hosted development environment, code space that gives you 60 hours on the free tier, which is amazing. And I didn't have to write any code, and everything was automatically generated. And I just asked, hey, can you generate the architecture diagram for me? And this was also generated by the Claude Code. So it's so amazing. And I'm so impressed that how much can be done with the Claude Code. It's really amazing. It's a superpower. So yeah, thank you for watching, and let me know what do you think about this.